There's a big truck outside. Yo, this better be in focus. So, Happy New Year. It is 2018. I got a new camera. I made a list last night because I wanted it to have a point, not just me rambling on and on. Every time a new year comes along, I guess it's a perfect time to reflect on life. It's not exactly the beginning of the year anymore. It's not just the first few days where everyone's still super excited and so on board with their New Year's resolutions. By now, most of us know if we kept those resolutions or not. A lot of us failed, but it's okay because it's not like January 1st is some magical day that all of a sudden makes you capable of accomplishing all these things. So my camera just stopped recording. I don't know what happened. Let me read you something that I wrote. It was like January 2nd. I started feeling the pressure of the new year like set in because all of a sudden I felt like I had to make something of this year. I know we have to make it a good year. Obviously that's a good goal to have. But it was like a stress. I have to do this all over again, and obviously that's not a great way to look at it. Thoughts about a new year. I feel a sort of pressure to make the new year better than the last one. By the end of last year, so much had happened that I felt satisfied with it. But now with a completely new year, it's like I'm starting from scratch. Absolutely nothing has happened, and I need to make sure something does. Maybe it's because I get the feeling that everything resets and we're starting from zero. That's why the beginning of the year feels so calm and quiet. There's nothing going on. A day ago, New Year's Eve, we were still going out to parties and everyone was happy and cheery and there was so much going on. But now it's all over. Like that's it. It's like this drastic change from so much going on to nothing and going back to normal life. For the first 2 days, we're still not completely back to our normal schedule. And it really feels like we're just hanging in the air, waiting for something to happen, waiting for the year to start, waiting for the moment we finally feel like we're officially in a new year. That moment when we feel like we've actually lived this new year. We've made enough memories and have enough stories to tell about it. We've felt enough emotions and accomplished a lot of goals. Before all that happens, I feel stuck in a state of suspense. It's a silence so loud that it makes me anxious for the future. Maybe it's fear of the unknown, fear of anything new, fear of change, but I'm still stuck in the silence until one day I'm not. And I don't notice when it happens. I'll just notice when last year actually feels like last year. And this year has its own feeling to it. When this new year finally has its own memories, everything about it, I can just recognize things as if they were from this year. That's when the new year isn't new anymore. By the end of a year, I get this feeling of victory, like I made it to the top of a mountain. And January 1st seems to put me back at the beginning, right at the bottom of a new mountain that I gotta climb all over again. I've always felt like that about years, like the beginning is at the bottom of a mountain. And then by the end of the year, you made it up to the top, which is like the goal, to make it to the end. Also, the end is like the best part of it because holiday season. Also, because it's work. You know, like going up a mountain is more work. I know it'll fly by like it always does, but the beginning of the year is always the slowest part. I have to be patient and wait for the new year to finally kick off. Doesn't matter if I'm busy starting day one. Those days just feel slow. Like the entire world is waiting. We don't know what to expect, and the bar is usually set pretty high from the end of last year. Every year is always better than the last. We kind of want it to beat last year. Like if last year was great, this year is going to be better because we always say the next year is going to be better. Saying that is great, but saying that also puts so much pressure. I feel pressure to make the year better. Not just as good, but better, when at the same time we don't know what's going to happen. Ow. And there's pressure and suspense until the new year is no longer new. Until the new year just feels like normal. Comparing the last days of the year with the first days of the new year, it's a really drastic difference, usually for me at least, because specifically 2017 and 2018. 2017, my family and I, we were in Orlando. We spent New Year's there. We went to downtown Disney. Then we did the countdown in the lobby area of the hotel, which was fun. We were there with a bunch of strangers. We didn't really have somewhere to be, so we all just counted down together. And this guy started playing the trumpet from his balcony. It was a really exciting moment. It was really special. We went to sleep. Woke up the next day, spent the entire day just driving home, and then there was like no plans, no responsibilities. January 1st just felt so calm. I wrote something else about the new year. The beginning of the year is simple, plain, has a neutral tone to it, like a softly lit image, like a lazy, cozy morning. It's almost black and white, just calm, quiet, peaceful. The year hasn't been painted any color yet. The mood isn't defined. Compared to the crazy, colorful, bright end of the year, it's kind of a drastic contrast. The party last night and now it's the morning after. I think it's really appropriate to have a big New Year's party, all hyped up and filled with lights and glitter, and then a lazy New Year's Day, free to do with whatever your heart desires. I don't think I've ever felt so anxious. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious for this year. I've been anxious for other years, but I've never come into a new year knowing that it wasn't going to be the normal. Of course, I'm just going to be in class all semester and then summer. That's just the normal way things go. I have all these plans for this year, all these expectations. So much change in 2017, which is, I guess, the main thing that scared me about the new year. So now that the new year's here, I'm just like, okay, what are the changes that are going to happen? Some people like change. I don't like change. I try so hard to make things stay the same. That's one of the reasons why I like to document everything, just so I can remember it all. Funny story. I never deleted text messages or anything from my phone really, and I was always out of space. My phone decided to crash on me, and thank God I had already saved everything on my computer of pictures and videos, but all my messages and all my notes, which is what hurts the most, got deleted. It's a coincidence that it happened at the end of the year, but I took it as like, yeah, you gotta like let go of all that, because I don't know, I hold on to things for no reason. I guess I look too much into it, but I found it funny that it happened at the end of the year. I guess I have really high expectations of this year, which is kind of what's stressing me out about it, but I'm also really excited about it. I've been spending a lot of time praying about this, obviously, because it's like the number one thing on my mind, the kind of thing I think about when I wake up in the morning up until when I go to sleep. If I should be making changes or if I am making the right decisions. In the end, this whole year changing thing, it's just time. It's just another day. We came up with this whole idea of years changing, but it is just another day. Just more time going by, and God is in charge of it all, which is what he keeps reminding me. I need to stop trying to be in charge. My mind thinks if I was in charge of it, it would make me feel safer, more secure or something. But in the end, if I actually think about it a little more, that's freaking stressful. I don't want to be 100% in control of what's going to happen, because that's such a big responsibility. Like, how would I decide what my life is going to be? He's guiding me and he's telling me what to do. Whether that's scary or not, in the end, it works out for the best, because when I try to do what I want to do and it's not his will, then that doesn't work out. I've learned that time after time. We can't do it all in our own strength anyway, even if we try to. I'm stressed out because I feel like I can't do this all on my own, but I'm not on my own. With his help is the only way that I'm gonna succeed anyway. Sometimes I get like so caught up in everything that's going on that I don't realize it's not that big of a deal. And I take a step back and look at it and I'm like, okay, I just have to do it and not overthink it. Overthinking it won't help me at all. As soon as I wake up, my mind just like starts looking for that to-do list, and then it finds it, all the stuff that I had pending to do, everything that I'm supposed to do. Let me get my journal. So this is my journal right now. It's an old notebook that I hadn't used. I thought it was the coolest thing when I got it like 5 years ago, but then I never wrote on it. So I do my journal in Spanish. It's my first language, and it's kind of how I learned to do it when I'm getting stressed about the future, because I stress about the future a lot. So he's telling me that he has big plans for my life. He gave me all these talents and all these things I like to do for a reason. He always tells me, you can let go. You can't control everything. And trust me, that's good that you can't control everything and that it's not your responsibility, because that wouldn't be an easy responsibility to have, and I'm not making you have that responsibility. It's a million times better to just trust me and let me control your life instead of you controlling it. Follow the plan that I have for you instead of you coming up with your own ideas. Just let me have control, which I already do have, even if you insist on taking it. Stop overthinking everything and just jumping to conclusions just because of little things. Don't let your mind control you. Just keep going in the plan that I have for you, even if you can't see exactly where you're going. Take it seriously, not just like this little thing that like you think you're making up. But take it seriously. You don't have to be worrying about everything all the time. Basically, stuff like that is what he's telling me all the time, because although I already know it, I have to hear it again. It's hard to not fear the future, and the goal for me right now is to change it into just being excited for it. Being curious about it. It's okay to maybe a little bit nervous for it, but I don't have to be in fear of the future, even if I don't know what's gonna happen. If I focus my mind on right now and what I have to do today, it's all of a sudden not as scary, and I can just see the good in each and every single day. So I guess this video was kind of me rambling on about the new year, my thoughts on the new year, my thoughts on the future. I guess the main point of this video was change can be scary and the future can be scary, but in the end, all we can really do is trust that God is in control and he has an awesome plan for our lives. We don't have to wait for like a special time or like a magical time of the year where we can actually get things done. when we could just decide to do them right now. So my battery just died. Apparently it only lasts for like an hour. We're learning as we go. I hope I'm in focus right now. I just want to finish off this video. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. I'm so far away.